बच्चों, वेलकम। इट्स बिन अ व्हाइल। जी जी जी, ये सुना आप लोगों ने, हमें बहुत याद किया, बहुत रोया। सीजन 2 अब शुरू हो रहा है। दिस इज एन।
And this is M.
आज हम बड़े एक्साइटेड हैं। हम स्टेफनी मेयर्स की दूसरी किताब द होस्ट को रिव्यू करेंगे।
Since we are such ardent Stephanie Meyer fans, we decided to go back to one of her other books and see कि वो experience कैसा रहेगा.
और हमने तो मूवी भी देखी हुई है। एम, आपने मूवी देखी है?
जी हमने मूवी देखी थी. बड़े हमारे ख्याल उमड़ रहे हैं हमारे अंदर, खुदक रहे हैं निकलने के लिए. So
मेरे
I
भी,
can't
मेरे
wait to
भी।
get started.
So basically, it's a review of the book and the movie combined.
This episode is full of spoilers, so spoiler warning to all the viewers.
So before हम summary में जाएं इस किताब की, let me just give a brief introduction of who are the characters we're going to be talking about. So this story is about a girl named Melanie, जिनकी बॉडी में एक होस्ट आके रहने लगे. उनका नाम है Wanda/Wander. You will see us referring to her बार बार. फिर वो मिशन में जाती हैं अपने बॉयफ्रेंड जेरेड और अपने भाई जेमी को ढूंढने, जहाँ पे अपेरेंटली डेजर्ट में उनकी अंकल की रेजिस्टेंस है. एक लव ट्रायंगल भी आ जाता है ईएन साहब के साथ. यू हियर अस मेंशन ईएन्स नेम एंड जेरेड्स नेम. सो एम, प्लीज गिव अस अ समरी ऑफ द होस्ट.
It's based on our planet Earth, and it has been invaded by this race of aliens who are souls which inhabit the species that live on whichever planet they conquer. So this time it is Earth, and they have invaded the bodies of human beings. They have, like, जैसे human beings के अलग-अलग departments हैं to deal with things. They have their own department. So you've got healers, which are the equivalent of our doctors. You've got seekers, who I think are like detectives.
Seekers are like Aurors to me from Harry Potter. Yeah.
Like police people, like law keepers.
Like ministry people, government people.
हाँ.
The third one were
Comforters are the equivalent of our therapists, and
what a stupid name to give. Comforter.
बड़ी literal species है ये alien species.
I feel like comforter literally उन्होंने कंबल की ही तरह उन्होंने describe किया है. जैसे comforter पहन के everything is fine, आप सो जाते हैं. comforters का यही रोल है, कंबल ओढ़ के
बस
सो जाइए.
कंबल में मुंह छुपा लो, प्रॉब्लम तो हो जाएगी. So that is a basic world.
Let's begin with the sequence of events.
The first chapter is how the soul gets transferred into the human host. They describe it in a lot of detail, in so much detail, in fact, that I wasn't sure that I would be able to complete this book. It kept going on and on. We didn't even know who the main character was until like chapter 4 or something.
I couldn't even understand the gender.
Who the main character is.
I was like, female hai, male hai, and then I had to ask you. I was like, am I lost? Is this which one is male? Who is? Because I was so adamant on finding an Edward, a Jacob, and a Bella. I didn't find Jacob, but I found Edward 2.0 and Bella 2.0.
Oh, I found Jacob.
I know you did, and I disagree with you already, but we'll get to that.
So इस soul का नाम है Wanderer, but she is having some trouble taking complete control of the body because की जो consciousness है वो उनके soul से fight कर रही है. It's like having an actual inner voice that is talking to you, but that inner voice hates you because you have invaded its body.
It's like the modern day version of mental health problems, because you have like an inner voice that is so mean to you, and you are the logical one. And so I think that's what Stephanie Mears was trying to create, this perspective. This species is not about ruining the earth. This species was like, they wanted to bring peace onto earth. They wanted to take all the barbaric ways of human beings and they wanted to refine them to be like a superior being. So that's why the soul inside kept fighting her, why they just wanted peace. This was their version of peace.
The inner voice, the host ka naam is Melanie, right?
Bella 2.0.
Oh, Bella 2.0. We already have a calling. What attributes make her Bella 2.0?
Okay, I love Wander as a character. I was so intrigued in her entire storyline. I thought she was very introspective. She didn't speak much. She thought more. And so she continued living her life as a very rational human being. And Melanie was the emotional side of her. Melanie is Bella 2.0 because वो शुरू से ही इतनी annoying है.
I do agree that she was annoying. She shows Wanderer in a dream how she met Jared and the fact that she has a brother named Jamie. Melanie, जो leftover feelings उनकी हैं वो Wanderer में डाल रही हैं.
Her first interaction with like an Edward 2.0 is they're the only two human beings left and he finds her and he thinks she's an alien, so he starts beating her up and then she fights back and he sees, oh ये alien नहीं है, human है, and then वो उनको बिना consent के पप्पा कर लेते हैं and then वो उनको punch करती हैं and then वो उनसे भागती हैं, उनके पीछे भागते हैं, wait और फिर उनको दोबारा पप्पा करते हैं. Okay, Melanie is Bella 2.0, so she's like, oh this is okay, I am in love now, हमने दो बार पप्पा कर लिया, now we must start our life.
And then there's this one part where he says, okay, fine, I'm going to go and get my Jeep. Stay right here. And what does Melanie say? My heart gives one hard thumb, and I know I will wait here if it takes him all night. She met him 2 minutes ago.
उनकी कुछ चीज में तो होगा, like are you interested in her intellect, her personality, you have similar interests, कुछ नहीं, बस देखा जो तुम्हें पहली बार दिल में बड़े मेरे गिटार.
Now Wanderer's job literally is to find out if Melanie knows about any more surviving humans so that more souls can inhabit them. And Melanie is talking to her internally and she's saying that you love Jared and Jamie and you don't want the seeker to find them and you have to find him on your own and you have to get them to a safe place.
तभी वो निकल गड्डी लेके निकल पड़ती हैं. एक का मोड़ आया, एक सही में मोड़ आया.
और उतने दिल में छोड़ आया, सही में
इतने दिल छोड़ आई थी. फिर वो जब मोड़ आया तो उन्होंने कहा है मैं कहाँ पहुंच गई, बट समहाउ वो कंफ्यूज हो गई. मेलेनी ने ट्रिक किया, लेट्स गो डेजर्ट चलते हैं, हम लोग बहुत सारी वॉकिंग करेंगे. अंकल जेब की कोई रेजिस्टेंस अपेरेंटली इन द डेजर्ट, तो उनको ढूंढने वॉन्डर निकल चलती है मेलेनी के साथ.
मेलेनी जो है वो वॉन्डरर को इतना चलवाती हैं कि वो डेजर्ट में मरने जा रही होती हैं एंड शी इज फाउंड बाय हर अंकल who gives her water and stuff, and उनके साथ जो बाकी के humans रह रहे होते हैं, they are really pissed at him because they feel like, and to be honest with you, I do not blame them. They probably lost their entire families because of this species, so they have all the right to be pissed at Melanie and to want to kill her. The first question that she asks is, are Jared and Jamie all right? And this part was so funny because she goes inside and she sees Jared and she's like, oh my god, Jared, you're okay, and he punches her in the face. I don't know why that made me laugh so much. I don't know, it was very Edward, but it was also so funny on its own. वो उनको लग रहा था वो क्या उनको गले लगाएंगे.
When everyone felt threatened, I felt like हाँ सही बात है, like you know they feel like this silly species has been trying to like kill all of us and so we need to defend ourselves. So Jared's reaction was like, yes, it was Edward 2.0, but I mean it makes no sense why he punched her. With Jared ki problem hai, he has real issues.
Anyway, she finds out that there are around 20 to 30 more people who are living in these caves that Jeb has refurbished. And all of them think that she's a very highly skilled seeker because she's acting so naive and so, oh no, ये मैं कहाँ आ गई, क्या मेरा नाम क्या है, मैं कहाँ पर हूँ. But some people say that they have to take her to dock. Dun dun dun.
But now think of it from the Wanderer's perspective. She is in like a completely new territory and she is so intimidated. Unka pura notion is ki species brutal hai. These aliens do not believe in violence, so she has no bone of violence in her. Violence comes from Melanie. So jab she's in this situation, she's just being beaten up by people. And now she's like Em said, she's going to be taken to the doc, who is apparently mysterious. दिखाया कुछ तो करते हैं with the alien species. We don't know yet क्या करते हैं, but she's terrified.
Something very
of them.
creepy.
So उनका fear इतना descriptive है. When you read it, I really empathize with how fearful she was of these people. The wonder part of her was like, Melanie, I understand your needs. You think these people will know you and they will empathize with you and they will love you. But I need to be really rational right now. I'm going to assess the situation before I move on. Her strength was being quiet in the moment, which is a very rare strength. Now, third character introduction. एक और इंसान आते हैं, Ian. Ian, I'm
Kyle
sure M thinks is Jacob, but I think Ian is not Jacob.
I didn't think he was like a through and through Jacob, but I felt that in some instances, like I felt like Stephanie Meyer herself was forgetting whether she's writing about Ian or whether she's writing about Jacob Black.
Ian really is my favorite character.
I really liked him too. Just like I like Jacob in Twilight.
I can't wait to talk about Ian, but
let's not go
trace
there.
back to Melanie.
So Melanie, or the Wanderer, is spending her whole time in a small hole, sort of it's sort of a cell, an unspoken cell. She's being mistreated. I think everyone at this point is just trying to gauge what kind of a soul she is. Even Uncle Jeb.
Melanie is always guarded by either Jared or Uncle Jeb, and they always have a gun because the other members from the community really want to harm the soul because they really think she's a threat. But Ian also hurt her. He beat her up. But Ian ka difference ye tha from
Hmm.
Jared. Instantly, he had a conscience because he saw this person every time they wanted to hurt her. She wanted to protect Jared and Jamie. Like she would, if they were trying to beat Jared for her sake, she would throw herself in between because she didn't want
Hmm.
Jared or Jamie to be hurt. So Ian was so
Hmm.
perceptive about this that shuru se he was like that as soon as he hit her, he's always trying to tell Jared to like calm down and not hit her and not be angry because
Yeah,
he's like,
yeah,
are we also going to become monsters if we think they're monsters? We are
yeah.
losing our humanity by hitting them. Ian, throughout this book, by the way, is just like a quiet observer. If someone says who is Wonder, Ian knows the best because all he's done is just observe this person quietly minding his own business.
I'm not going to take any action just without knowing what the whole
Yeah.
case is. Like, you know,
Yeah.
pagal log ke acha theek hai, bas mara dhada karne lago. During that time, Uncle Jeff forms an opinion that she is somebody who is not going to harm anyone.
He normalized her instead
Yes.
of alienated her, making her the other. He
Haan.
made her a part of the community where people saw that she was very helpful and she had no ulterior motive. And majority of the people started warming up to her. There were like a few still skeptical
Yeah.
people who wanted to like ostracize her.
So during this whole time, like she settled into a routine. I think 2 or 3 weeks have passed, and Jared comes back from his supply run, and he is shocked to see how, you know, everyone is getting along so well with Wonder.
He comes back and then he hits her. Jared says, "No, Uncle Jeb, you told me I control this body. I say we should kill her now."
Then comes another one of those really terrible parts where I'm like, "Kya ho raha hai is kitab mein?" Jared asks Wanda if Melanie is still in there.
He goes to the Wonder and says, "Oh, I know you're not Melanie. You're Wonder." And then he's like, "Papa Ram." And then he does Papa, and the Melanie अंदर होती है Wonder की. She's like, "How dare he Papa Wonder and not Melanie? He thinks he." तो वो उनका betray कर देती है body and वो punch करती हैं Wanda की body से. But Wanda at this
मुंह
point,
तोड़ देना चाहिए था.
and then Jared's like, "Melanie, it is you. I was trying to get you out by making you jealous." And then Wonder बेचारी डर के इतनी already beat up हो चुकी है, उनकी मुंह टूटा हुआ है, उनकी आंखें फूली हुई हैं, वो होल में जाके रोने लगती हैं because her body betrays her. And पूरे scene में is described as कि Wonder is like, क्यों मेरी body wants this person? She's so shocked. इतना पीटते हैं क्यों मेरी body ये चाहती है?
First of all, your first instinct wouldn't be to just punch the life out of somebody. Second of all, if they have the face of somebody that you love, your first instinct definitely wouldn't be that.
इस दौरान से Ian has become like literally a protector because he has enough proof that this person is actually the most decent person he's ever met in his entire life.
I can see why you think he's not Jacob. I can see that too now.
But this book kind of sucked because it was obsessed with making it like a kiss fest. Non-stop. It was like, relax.
हर चीज का solution था. Let's kiss her and see if there is a solution.
हजे की बेचारी इनकी बॉडी ऐसे प्रोस्टिट्यूशन कर रहे हैं उनकी बॉडी का सारे आदमियों के साथ.
Astaghfirullah.
I choked. I just astaghfirullah.
ओए 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 ओए.
फिर क्या होता है एंडिंग बताइए.
एंडिंग ये है कि स्टेफनी मेयर जो है वो बुक लिखते लिखते थक गई. उनको लगा सबसे अच्छी एंडिंग क्या हो सकती है, हम वांडा को अगर मारेंगे तो लोग शायद ये बुक खरीदना बंद कर दें, तो हम एक काम करते हैं कि हम वांडा के लिए दूसरी बॉडी ढूंढ लेते हैं.
And then everyone got their own bodies और वो सब अपने boyfriends के साथ individually lived happily ever after. I was so upset by the end. मैं मूवी में कुछ opinions कहना चाह रही हूँ. You know, this could have been a really good TV show if they gave it justice, if they went slowly. Movie लग रहा था fast forward करना था, आपको पूरी movie cover करनी थी in a certain time. And Melanie की जो whole voice over थी was so अजीबली done in the movie. Like आप दो person दिखाना चाह रहे हैं in one body.
Don't think this is yours. This body is mine. No, mine.
जब कॉन्वर्सेशन चलता था एक दूसरे से इन देयर माइंड, डायरेक्टर साहब ने दूसरे लोग अराउंड है लाइक अंकल जेड सब अराउंड है, मैंने नहीं उनसे कर रही है मोनोलॉग था बिल्कुल, एंड एवरीवन इज एक्टिंग लाइक दे कांट हियर इट, जैसे कि उनके दिमाग में चल रहा है.
He sees everything. He's not crazy, he's a genius. I think he's both.
actually thought when there's like in the movie, the first bit where she goes to the mirror and she sees herself, I thought they would use mirrors or reflective surfaces to
That
show
would be
the other
nice.
Melanie.
Yeah. Like Gollum, where we knew exactly how to differentiate between the two. Ye Gollum
Hmm.
different character, and Smeagol different person hai. Didn't you feel like if you hadn't read the book, the movie would make no sense to you? Because you had read the book, you had at least context of kya ho raha hai. They didn't explain
They
anything.
made the movie like हाँ ठीक है जितने लोग ये movie देख रहे हैं वो लोग पक्का book पढ़ के आए होंगे which was
हाँ.
movie
Yeah,
बहुत
bekar
बेकार
is like
थी.
the true embodiment of what this movie was. Like that word embodies it completely. तो मैंने देखा था मैंने कहा इतनी बेकार movie है. So book rating. I gave this 3 out of 5 stars. I approached this book with full belief कि मैं इसको hate करने वाली हूँ. But I was so
Same.
surprised to find out that I was having so much fun. And this is so much better than Twilight. I wish I had read this as a teenager. Or maybe I wouldn't have had these experiences or these reflections if I read it as a teenager. So I gave it 3 out of 5 just to be fair. I wish I had the money or the production team to make a TV show out of this. I would take out all the bakwas papa scenes and make something really amazing. But हमारे पास ये सब चीजें हैं नहीं, बस passions हैं. So that's my review rating. M, what is your review rating?
I think I gave it 3 stars as well because the way she was describing her previous lives, like the way she was
Hmm.
answering all Jeb's and Jamie's questions, that was so fascinating and so rich. There's this one part where she's describing how she knows how to extract souls from the human body because she's done it on another planet. And उस
Fair.
पूरी चीज का जो description था, I just loved it so much. So 3-star rating for the book.
Movie rating 0 out of 10. आपकी क्या movie rating?
I don't even want to give it a 0 because 0 is some sort of a number. There is no rating, just nothing out of 10. It
वो exist
was
ही नहीं करनी
so
चाहिए.
bad. सही में नहीं exist.
That was our experience. It was actually really fun. I was dying to discuss it with M. We don't discuss these things beforehand. We save our thoughts so we can record fresh responses. Let us know if there are other books you would like us to review. We are clearly Stephanie Meyer's fans because we can't stop reading.
It's a love-hate relationship.
It really is.
Love-hate
We really love to hate it. We can. It's so fun. ठीक है बच्चों. Bye.
Bye.